Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden and 2K packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable Madden and 2K coins on the market. And of course, do not forget to use code Ferdy for 5% off. A link for their website is at the top of the description. What's going on, guys? Today we are looking at all 38 Team of the Year players and of course putting them on a tier list. Of course, before we get started today, I do have to mention that there will be a bunch of gameplays coming out, not only on this channel, but also on the second channel. With there being this much content today, I'm going to try to put out a bunch of different gameplays on a lot of these top tier cards. So yeah, first things first, we have to talk about the offensive line. So the offensive linemen are not going to be on this tier list. I feel like ranking them with the skill position slash, even defensive linemen is just kind of tough, because all these guys are endgame offensive linemen, and technically they all are S tier cards. Technically they are at their position. They all get good abilities. All should have pretty good speed. All these guys have had good speed in the past, so I am kind of anticipating that they will get good speed here again. All of them get like pullers and nasty streaks, and there's nothing really bad about any of these cards. There's all the abilities are solid. So if you want to pick an offensive lineman, just pick whatever position you really need. And all I'm going to say about the offensive lineman is that all of them are end game, so you really can't go wrong with any of them, and technically they would all be S tier because they're all the best at their position and things like that. So let's get on to our first player, the 99 LTD Fred Warner. Okay, so Fred Warner is one of the very few cards while I'm recording this right now that actually have his abilities up, and Fred Warner is an LTD 99 overall. Apparently he got the most votes out of the Team of the Year voting, which is definitely just not true, but it is what it is. This card is actually going to be pretty good, I feel like, because he's a linebacker. He is getting overlooked a little bit, but honestly, 97 speed, 98 acceleration. I know he only does obviously get Niners chems, but he has the ability with him being a 99 overall to get Lurker for free and Enforcer for free. And if you want to, you could also run mid zone for 1 AP. So having a mid zone, Lurker, and Enforcer combo for 1 AP, I think in itself, looking at the cards right now in the game, I think that has to put him in S tier, even though he is a linebacker. And normally I will move linebackers down, but even if we take a look at an old Fred Warner card, for example, I believe Fred already had a pretty good card this year. Already has a 96, of course, but the COD should be up over 90, so it should be a pretty viable user. And with him getting Lurker and things like that, the card's actually going to play pretty well. And it's funny how on this card he had 84 hit power, but on his Team of the Year card, they gave him free Enforcer and 94 hit power. So obviously the COD could even be higher than this. I'm just kind of taking an educated guess here. But yeah, Fred Warner to me, definitely S tier. Despite being a linebacker, honestly, if you're able to get this card for close to quick sell, I think it's a major W. I really do. I think this card's going to be super overlooked. Okay, so now let's talk Nick Bosa. And Nick Bosa already has a really good card right now in the game. He's actually who I believed was the best right end in the game. So Nick Bosa does get another card. The only difference is going to be that he does get 3 ability slots compared to his honors card. The same thing with Sauce, that only gets 2 ability slots. That's really the only difference. There might be some slight speed differences, but I would imagine that he's going to have the same traits and play just as well. So Nick Bosa is obviously going to be a pretty good buy. The traits are perfect. You guys can't see it, but the traits are perfect. This card was almost perfect, besides the fact that he didn't have the 3 ability slots. Now he does. Nick Bosa, without question, his end game. The speed's there, the acceleration, over in both thresholds, perfect traits, even, good abilities, as you can see right here. With him being able to run Edge Straight Elite, either free double or nothing, free no outsiders, free extra credit, just a bunch of, all the abilities on these cards are good. They really didn't mess up any of these cards too bad, in my opinion, which is honestly very, very surprising. So we got to find Nick Bosa, which is right here, and let's throw him in front of Fred Warner, just because I do believe he is probably the best pass rusher right now in the game. So next up, we have another duplicate, and that is, of course, Sauce Gardner. For his abilities, I'm trying to remember right now. I'm thinking of him right now. It's on the ball for free, pick artist for free, gets outside shade for 1 AP. If I do miss one, I do apologize. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head right now. It's acrobat 1 AP. Of course, I think I said pick artist already, but it's like acrobat in the second slot, with deep in, deep route, mid route, I'm pretty sure. So it doesn't get deep out zone KO, which kind of hurts me. I like running deep out zone KO on Sauce. I guess I got to play him at safety now if you're playing zone, because he doesn't get deep out. All he gets is deep in, which could be a problem. But if we're looking at the stats and his build, I do believe Sauce is the best option, no theme team right now amongst all of the Team of the Year cornerbacks. So I'm definitely going to say that for sure. So Sauce Gardner, we're going to put him We're going to put him in front of Nick Bosa because I do believe Sauce is the best cornerback in the game. I mean, Bosa is technically the best pass rusher in the game, in my opinion, too. So you can kind of interchange these two guys, I guess, because, again, we're rating the best of the best right now. There's going to be hair split. So, for example, you know, if Nyheim Hines is low, it's because someone had to be there when it comes to ranking the Team of the Year players. On a running back tier list, he's S tier, probably A tier. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a different, you know, C may not mean the same in this video as it means in my normal position video. So definitely do keep that in mind. All these cards are actually really good and, you know, top 5 at least at their position. So next up, we have the first of 2 Team of the Year quarterbacks. And again, the abilities are not up yet. And I'm also not sure if Jalen Hurts will get all NFC team chems. They didn't mention it in the stream. He might, though. I don't know if he will. I mean, his LTD got them. And also Aaron Jones will get all NFC North team chem. So I don't know if Jalen Hurts will get all NFC. We're going to know tomorrow. I'll make a video on this card tomorrow for sure, and we'll find out. But I just don't know. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, good stats, has a Gen 3 release. And for the abilities, by the way, all the abilities that you have to pay for will be in a third ability slot available to you, and you won't be able to get like free Gunslinger, for example. So in bucket 1, he gets Gunslinger for free, pass lead for 2, evasive. I don't know why they give quarterbacks evasive. This one should be fast break, honestly. And then dashing Deadeye for 1 AP. And then in the second slot, he gets fearless for 1, set feet for 2, and hot route master for 3. So on this card, he doesn't need Gunslinger with a Gen 3 release, but it definitely doesn't hurt. So maybe you'd go like Gunslinger, set feet, fearless, or maybe you'd go pass lead, fearless, hot route. I don't know. But hot route for 3 AP definitely does throw me off a little bit. And I know if I were using this card, I mean, if it was my team and my scheme, I like hot route master a lot. I know there are a bunch of cheap apprentices coming out, so maybe you don't need hot route anymore depending on your scheme. I don't know. But to me, Jalen Hurts, again, these cards are really good. Keep that in mind. And to me, Jalen Hurts, he's going to be like a B tier card. I think amongst this promo, and I'm kind of hurt by doing this because he's a really good card, but I do believe there's like a bunch better quarterback options right now in the game. Like Sandcastle, even the next card we're going to talk about, actually like a lot more than the Jalen Hurts card. So it hurts me to put him at B tier, but again, these cards are the best of the best, and I feel like he's just kind of middle of the line for this promo. So next up, we have our wide receivers, and when it comes to these wide receivers, I'm not even going to really look at their abilities. They're all so similar, and again, you're not spending that much or putting that much into receivers. So to me, abilities, like a lot of them have similar ones, so I'm not really going to like split hairs that way. But what does matter is builds, and a lot of them are very similar. And of course, Tyreek gets base 99 speed, which it was a lot more valuable maybe, you know, a week or 2 ago, or maybe like a month ago. Getting base 99 speed would have been crazy. So Tyreek Hill at 5 foot, is he 5'10 or 5'9? Is he 5'10 or 5'9 in the game? I think he might be 5'9. He's 5'9". So again, if you have a theme team, most likely you're seeing these 99 speed guys out there. And I think I actually already rated Tyreek. I didn't. So we got to put Tyreek on here, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and I think AJ Brown's already on here too. So let's rank all these cards real quick. And with the power of editing, it'll happen right now. Okay, so there we go. We have all of our receivers on here. And again, the reason why there's no receivers in S tier is because none of them, I know I hate to say this, I don't like that the game's this way, but it is what it is. None of them are like 6'2 plus, 6'3 plus, which is not that big of a deal. But again, we're splitting hairs here, so it is somewhat of a big deal. You know, it is somewhat of a big deal. So to me, Justin Jefferson, we're going to put him at high A tier, Jamar behind him. And then Tyreek Hill at lowish A tier, even though he's the fastest Team of the Year card. I don't value 99 speed based on a card the same, because if you have a, you know, I would definitely take Justin Jefferson's +1 speed and have his better height than run Tyreek Hill right now. It's not like, you know, Tyreek, like him having base 99 speed, like he's the only guy on the field that's going to have it. There's going to be a bunch of corners, a bunch of safeties, a bunch of other cards on the field. Like even Nolan Smith almost has the same speed as Tyreek Hill. So, you know, 99 speed base, it's cool, it's shiny, but it's not what it, you know, it's not what it was maybe a month ago. If they go over 100 stats, maybe, then we can start talking about 99 speed potentially being 101, 102. That'd be cool. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the wide receivers. Just kind of pick which one's your favorite. I mean, again, we're really splitting hairs between all these cards. They all get very similar abilities. All are going to have very similar stats. And those are my thoughts on the wideouts. Okay, so next up we have George Kittle. And again, the abilities are not up there yet. I will read them right now. Bucket 1, short in, deep out 0. Sorry, short in 0. Deep out 0. Red zone is 1 AP. Honorary lineman, 0 AP. In bucket 2, he gets deep out for 1, route tech for 2 AP, and then mid in for 1 AP. Mid in for me, I don't find much success with it, but I feel like it should work on like corner routes and things like that. So if you're able to get mid in to work, major W. I feel like this card, if he was a 99 overall, he'd be one of the best in the game because he has so many 0 AP abilities. For example, like look at Fred Warner. But George Kittle, he'll be pretty good, pretty unique card because of his run blocking, pass catching with 96 speed. That's pretty top tier, obviously, for a tight end. So George Kittle, I'll be honest, I was originally gonna put him at S tier, but the fact he's like lacking like a cheaper short in, I mean, he's able to get mid in. If you're able to make mid in light up consistently, this card might be higher for you, but I just haven't had much success with it. And I definitely want to use honorary lineman on this card. And to me, that's what kind of set him apart. But if you can't also make him a good pass catcher, then it kind of limits him. But he's good in the red zone. So, I mean, it's a very unique card depending on your play style and kind of how you use tight ends. I still think Gronk is the best. I still think he is. And also that's going to be a factor as to why I'm going to move him down as well. Because Gronk is just so much better. He just is. So we're going to throw George Kittle. I'm going to put him like right with Kelsey, honestly. You know, Kelsey gets better pass catching abilities actually. And the reason why I'm not talking about Kelsey today is because Kelsey just got a card. You know, it's very similar. There's no point even talking about it. They're very similar. So I'm going to put Kittle right next to Kelsey. Although I thought he'd be much higher for me. I thought he was going to be. That's where I envisioned him. Okay, let's go. I found a card that has the abilities listed. Beautiful. I don't got to write them down and rewatch the Madden stream again. But here we are. We got Pat Surtain with, am I covering zone coverage? I think I am. But Pat Surtain already obviously has a card. You literally just got a 97, as this man says. And also this man's right as well. Tariq Woolen wasn't even a nominee, which is crazy. I'm a Jets fan, and the Jets and Seahawks fan bases have been clashing a lot recently, especially with Pete Carroll, what he said. I mean, Sauce started it. Sauce took an L there, I'm not going to lie. You know, he definitely did. But besides, let's get back on track. Okay. Pick artist for free, gets deep out zone KO for 1, deep route, outside shade, mid zone, medium route, acrobat, and then also does get a deep out zone, mid route. Okay, so it's looking to me like if you're playing, it looks like Sauce is the deep in option, and then Surtain's like the deep out option, but also Sauce gets cheaper outside shade compared to PS2, and also Sauce is a little bit taller. However, I do think Surtain will be a better tackler just based off his 97, which will be this will be a slightly better version of that card. Unfortunately, not going to have the special X factors that card, of course, has, but still, this card is a top tier cornerback option. And again, if these abilities appeal to you, they appeal to you, and in your scheme, he could be the option. And say you need deep out zone KO, Sauce doesn't get that, for example, so you might have to go with this PS2 card. So we're going to throw PS2. Let me find him on the bottom here. Right up here. I'm going to put him right next to Sauce Gardner. I'm going to put him right next to him because I do feel like Sauce might work a lot better for people's schemes. But again, deep out's a very popular option. So if you need deep out, honestly, Sauce and PS2 might kind of cancel out and be pretty equal. But because I'm a Jets fan, I'm going to put Sauce ahead of PS2. Okay, Mud.gg is heating up. They are starting to get the abilities onto the website a little bit too late. Already after I did half of them. Yeah, Micah Parsons is going to be one of the more versatile cards in the game. Micah always has good zone, and obviously he's a very good pass rusher. And Micah, if we look at his other cards, for example, we go, you know, Micah, he has an all Madden card, I believe is what it was, right? Did I spell his name wrong? Micah, did I spell his, oh, I did? Oh, I did spell his name wrong. I missed the A. Okay, so Micah has this card right here, the 93, and Micah, 2 of 3 traits. Unfortunately, he does have Bull Rush on yes, even though he's not hitting the power move threshold. But you see right here's an example of his card kind of dumbed down. And he has good zone coverage. Obviously, going to have great speed, which is what you'd expect on a Micah card. So, yeah, his card has that. He's got good strength. And for the abilities, let's get double or nothing for free. Pick Artist for free. Lurker for free. Crusher for free. Unfortunately, all you can run is Lurker. If you're going to use the card, use Lurker, right? If he's going to drop into coverage, maybe Pick Artist is the move. But honestly, I would probably stick with Lurker, even if you're going to put him into coverage and kind of use him as like an edge guy who's going to pass rush and drop into coverage, which is how I'm probably going to use this card. I'm definitely going to get him, replace him with Trayvon Walker because he actually has good zone. And also will have like good COD and good athletic stats and things like that. But also gets 1 AP edge threat, secure tackle, or tip drill, which could be interesting when it comes to throw out of sacks, obviously. And then, yeah, secure tip drill here. So Micah have really good abilities, honestly. And I think edge threat elite is the norm right now for 1 AP. What it is edge threat, which isn't that great, honestly. But just look at it like it's under pressure, right? Just look at it like that, and maybe you might get lucky with an animation. So edge threat for that cheap Does make sense, especially with the amount of counters there are in the game. So to me, Micah, I'm going to put him behind the PS2 and the Bosa card. I'm going to put him behind that. To me, Nick Bosa, I still think is better as like a pass rusher, but Micah can also drop into coverage, which it's not that valuable. If Micah animated like a safety, then there'd be a lot more value. But again, he doesn't. It's just not what he does. So I'm going to put him at, I'm going to put him behind PS2 Sauce and Nick Bosa, which might be a little bit controversial, but still, again, a really good card. So next up, we have Jalen Ramsey. Free pick artist, free deep out zone KO, 2 AP inside shade, 1 AP outside shade. So you're actually able to run inside and outside shade on this card, which makes him super unique. And probably, he might be the best man-to-man corner in the game right now. And if you really want to get crazy, if you really want to, according to this, you could actually run inside shade, outside shade, and 1 step ahead. I might do a video on this. I might do a video and title it something like using the best man-to-man corner in MUT. I might do it. That is ridiculous, but it's 7 AP? Definitely not worth it. He'll probably still get burnt by route techs and tight routes, but that's interesting. Does get flat zone and also secure tackler, which could be pretty good if you're like down the road, if we start seeing some more like X-Factor running backs like Derrick Henry, AJ Dillon, or even just really good running backs in general. Secure tackler out of the corner spot is super rare and super good. And also Ramsey cards always have good hit power, good tackling, good block shit, things like that. So this card should be no different. But also is I think like the first discounted 1 step ahead, which by the way isn't even that good, so don't get too crazy about that one. But pretty decent abilities. Does get deep out zone KO and flat zone, so he works for you man-to-man guys and works for you zone guys. So yeah, to me, I am actually going to put Jalen Ramsey. I don't think he's at the level of Sauce and PS2, but he is close. So I'm going to put him at low S tier. And again, we're splitting hairs between all these cards. There really isn't that big of a difference, if really any, between like PS2 Sauce and Jalen Ramsey. They're all great. Use whatever cards you want. Use the cards fit your scheme. But I guess he is the shortest out of the 3, and his like COD is a little bit low and agility, things like that. I think Sauce is probably the best physical option because he has like 99 acceleration, 99 agility, things like that. And of course, he's, 6'3". Okay, so this one right here might be a surprise to some people, but I do actually believe that Derwin James is the best card coming out tomorrow. And I will explain why. The main reason why I believe this is because if you look at the strong safeties currently in Ultimate Team, we go here, we go to players, we go to strong safeties. If you look at the landscape, it is weak out here, man. And he is, I believe, by far #1. A lot of these other positions, there's guys that are close, kind of on their heels, debatably better than others. But to me, Derwin is by far #1, the best at his position. Even free safety, I think he's still the best. Even with Minka coming out, he's better than Leon Sandcastle. I think he's literally by far #1 at his position. So let me find him one more time. Where did he go? Where is he? Derwin James. I have the abilities right here. They're not up yet, but free pick artist, free goal line stuff, free run stopper. So obviously you're going to probably use pick artist on the card, and does get 1 AP mid zone, 1 AP deep out zone, which is really nice again. 1 AP secure tackler, and what is that? What did I write here? Flat zone. 1 AP flat zone. So no matter where you're using him, you can, as far as zones go, doesn't get any man abilities, but if you're playing zone, whether he's in the box, you have mid zone or flat zone. If he's playing over the top, you have deep out zone, or you have pick artist to help you out over the top. He's 6'2", 98 speed. This card is the best card dropping tomorrow, and can play man, and can play zone, and can be a user. And honestly, I know I usually don't say safeties are a good option for BND or free options that you're not able to sell, but Derwin James can just be a user later in the year. He still has good size and still gets pick artist and mid zone. So say you use him over the top for now, once his speed gets outdated, put him in the box, he'll still be super elite. So to me, Derwin James is actually the best card that is coming out tomorrow, in my opinion, and also will have super good longevity. And finally, last but not least, we have the man who I believe is the superior quarterback option from the Team of the Year promo, and that is Josh Allen. He gets really good abilities. So he gets free fast break, but Jalen Hurts doesn't get any fast break, which is funny to me, but he obviously does deserve it. So free gunslinger, fast break. If you want to, you can obviously, just kind of disregard both free abilities and run set feet for 1 AP with hot route and fearless. So you have, set feet, hot route, and fearless for 4 AP, which is a super elite setup. And you combine his speed. I mean, he's got 94 speed with these stats. Is just insane. If you don't use fearless like my man Megatron Fan, you could of course go with like set feet for 1 AP with hot route master 2 AP and then go free gunslinger or free fast break, depending on your preference. So honestly, I think Josh Allen has a chance to be not just like a top, not the top quarterback in this promo, this team of the year promo, but honestly, it could be like a top quarterback option in the game. And with that being said, I think that definitely is going to put him into S tier. I think for sure. I don't think he's number one. I don't think he really can be, but he has a chance to be. We got to try him out tomorrow, or when you're watching this today in like an hour or so, we're going to give it a try. But yeah, that's going to do it for our team of the year tier list. I don't think I missed anyone. And by the way, both Justin Tucker and Tommy Townsend, they have 99 kick power, so they're the best in the game at their position. So again, they would be S tier as well. But again, I don't want to fill up the whole tier list with offensive linemen and kickers and punters. So who's too high, who's too low, let me know down below. And as always, this one was a very exhausting one, so hit that like button. And as always, I will see you boys in the next one.